Hi, welcome to ESL for Math. This is going to be the factoring part 2 video, so if you haven't watched part 1 already, you may want to do that. This is factoring part 2. And we're going to factor the same number that we did in part 1, the number 48, and we're going to use the method that's usually used in American schools called a factor tree. When we think of a tree, it's got a trunk, it's got some branches, maybe the branches have branches, and then at the end of the branches we have leaves. Okay? So we're going to have a similar structure with our factor tree. This is the trunk of our tree, and then we have two branches. Now for the two branches I need to think of two numbers that when I multiply them together are going to make 48. So for example, we have the numbers 2 and 24. If I multiply 2 and 24 together, I get 48. Okay, this branch is already a prime number, so there's nothing else that we can do with this. But this one is not a prime number, so we're going to branch it again. I'm going to say what two numbers multiplied together make 24. So I know 6 times 4 is 24. And neither of these are prime numbers, so we're going to branch them again. So every time that you have a not prime number, you're going to make two branches. Okay, so 6 is the same as 2 times 3. 4 is the same as 2 times 2. And now at this point we have all prime numbers at the bottom of our tree. Notice this tree is upside down. We have 2, 2, 3, 2, and 2. So we're going to write this in factored form. Right in factored form. And I'll just put the numbers in order. I'll say 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. Or a better way to write this in factored form, 2 to the 4th, just like in the part 1 video we see 4 2's, times 3. So this is exactly the same answer that we came up with in the last video. It's just a different method. And in fact, when you do factored trees, two people can end up with trees that look fairly different. For example, I could have said 48 is the same as 6 times 8. And then 6 is 3 times 2, and 8 is 2 times 4, and 4 is 2 times 2. And now I have all my prime factors at the bottom. The tree has a little bit of a different shape. It has different numbers in different places, but the final answers are the same. 2, 2, 2, 2, and 3. So when I write it in factored form, the factored form is always going to look the same no matter how my trees look in the middle. The end result is always the same. Alright, I hope you've enjoyed part 2 of how to factor, and if you are interested in finding more videos about ESL for Math, you can go to www.sensibleenglish.com and you will find a lot more information there. Hope to see you next time.